Hey guys, on this video I'm going to present to you or go in depth with my Hyprland Dotfiles. Some of the users actually of my Hyprland Dotfiles from my Arch Hyprland v4 and my Fedora Hyprland install script have requested me to go in depth with my Dotfiles. And I've been wanting to do it ever since, and now I have just completed my Debian-Ubuntu Hyprland install script. I believe it's just right for me to make this video so I don't have to keep repeating every time I am present. And just for information, I try to align all my dot files so that when I present the install script, it will be again same, and I'll try to, like I said, make them align all in all, so it will be a lot easier for me also to maintain. Plus, if there's only a small update or if I share again another dot files, then I'll just add the changes on the README. Now, after you install, depending of course on the wallpaper, this is now the default wallpaper for the Debian-Ubuntu Hyprland, and this is actually now the Ubuntu that I've just completed a few hours ago to test and install. I wanted to record it on my Debian, but for some reason, I don't know, the OBS kept crashing in my Debian, and Ubuntu just accepted it. First, this Ubuntu is the 23.10. Anyway, I'll discuss, and it will be a separate video for that. Okay, so let's start. Initially, you'll be presented by this Waybar style. I'll go from the top left. Let me just increase that first. Let's just use a file manager so it will be a lot easier. Now, let's use the NW look to make it bigger. Let's make it 2. Ooh, now there's too big, but okay, this will be a lot easier for you to check or to at least to view. Anyway, so first here on the top left is the workspaces, Hyprland workspaces. So if you click it, then it will change workspaces, and this is now the OBS running in the background. And then I have here the CPU. If you just hover your mouse, then you will see also here the percentage. If you click it, then you'll have this graph, and then middle click it, nothing happened. Yeah, if you left click it, the GNOME system monitor will appear. And then to close this, if you don't have this X button, then you can just press Super Q or Super Shift Q as in Quebec. And then beside that, this is the CPU temperature. If you left click it, then it will launch the NV tab. And let's just quit again. And then here, this is the RAM usage. If you click it, then you will get the percentage only. And then right click it, the B tab will launch. Beside that one, this is the weather. Now initially, the weather here will be based from your IP address. Now if you want to customize this, you can edit the this is the file manager, tuner super T, and then go to the hyper scripts, then the weather, no, the weather.sh, not the weather.py. This is something else, which I will show you that later on. And then you added here the city that you are in. Now bear in mind that not all of the city, I believe, if you just search on the internet, if it's support then it should take the city where you're in. And since I'm Busan city, and then after that it will not take effect, go into your .cache and then delete the rbn folder. And then to refresh the Waybar, I believe we can just press super bravo, and then again. No, it doesn't refresh. So actually super alt W, and I will discuss that later on again. And then as you can see here now, it went to my city where I'm in. And to change also the default with the weather, you can just change this to, again, the hyper scripts, Waybar module all the way down. Where is that now? Weather. You remove the 2 backslash and then put the double backslash here on the weather.sh to choose the weather.py. Then save, and then again refresh the Waybar. Okay, I got it working now. Apparently this is the proper way. So anyway, when you want to change again the city, it's gonna be on top. Then it will give you the city where you at. Again, this is like too big because I make the font a little bit bigger. Okay, so after that you have this penguin. If you click it, it's gonna be the menu or Wofi. To close it, you can just click it again, and then middle click is changing of the wallpaper. Now the wallpapers, they are referring to pictures, wallpapers. So if you put here any wallpapers, then it will choose that randomly. Just middle click and then left click. This will be the style. Let's say you don't like this default style, you can choose a plasma style with a apostrophe, and I just try to put all in the bottom. So, and then let's just go back to default first later on, and then GNOME style. Right click again, dual panel if you want to change dual panel, simple layout, and then of course no panel if you want to panel to reappear again, just super bravo. No, doesn't work. So super alt W, and let's go back to default again. Okay, so on the beside the menu, the penguin, this is the idle inhibitor. If you're watching videos or let's say playing games, you can just click this to activate it, and then this will prevent the sway idle to kicks in, because the sway idle, I configure it that it will lock your screen at about 20 minutes. Later on you can adjust that. Then beside this one you have the calendar. If you just hover the calendar or the mouse, then it will show this calendar. If you click it, then you will get the whole year, month, and date and time on the top. And then if you left click it, I believe, oh no, it doesn't work now. No, so it doesn't. So there's no right click, unfortunately. And then beside the calendar or clock, go to the clock. I set it like it will be a military time or the 24 hours time. If you want to change this to a AM and PM, just change the file, go to .config, and then Hyper again, Waybar, modules, and then look for the clock. Where is the clock? Here. Oop. Clock. Remove this 2 forward slash and then put the 2 forward slash at the second part, and then save it, and then again refresh the Waybar. Now the AM PM will show again. So let's just change to June so I don't have to close that one. And then beside that, this is the dark and light switch. Now it will change the themes to dark and light. This will also change the tuner. And then again, also the Wofi now is on dark mode. Click it again. And then Wofi will also be changed to white background. That was the fun of my laptop just kicking in. A little bit annoying and noisy. Okay. And then this is the padlock is the lock screen. So click it, then it will lock. Type in your password. And then the system tray is here. We can change this size of the icon later on. I'm going to show you. Beside here is the battery plug. This is the power where you have the battery percentage. If you click it, this is the estimated time to empty. Right click it. Again, this because it makes bigger. This is the power menu, which I'm gonna reduce later on so it will show. Press escape to close. Let me just plug in the, and then this is the brightness. Scroll down, scroll up, and then of course the pulse audio or the volume. If you click it, then it will mute. If you middle click, nothing will happen. Right click it, the PABU control will launch. Then with the mic, that's the mute, and then beside that is the power button, which it will show here. And then if you right click this, I believe, then you got this blur. Let me just make a demo. Let's choose a brighter background. Let's just say that one. So if you right click it, now you will see that there's a less blur. Right click, see? I hope you can see it. Okay, so I will fix this later on to make it closer to the volume. The mic volume. Okay, now I showed you already the panel earlier, the layout. I'm just gonna go through that one, the additional, if there is. Yes, so below here, that's the like your taskbar. No, this is the apps that's running on all workspaces. And then of course workspaces here, tray, weather, the clock, and the calendar, CPU temperature, and so on. For Arch Linux, there is actually a on the bottom here, it will show if there's any update. And then GNOME style also. Nothing much here. Dual panel. Yeah, here the additional is the disk or the root partition. and then wired. I try to make it actually that if you right click here, it will pop up the NMT UI. It does, but I don't like the how it shows. Anyway, if anybody knows how to do that, when you right click NMT UI using the Wofi, please let me know or make a pull request so we can make it better. I'll go back to default and then change also to the font because it looks kind of huge. And by the way, there's one thing here to change the CPU temperature if it's showing wrong. Actually, I made a help file before, so if you press Super H, then you have this a small help file that I have created, and I discuss about the CPU temperature here. Can I make it bigger? Yes. I discuss here the CPU temperature. This is also same if you want to change to Fahrenheit. Okay, so that's one thing. And then with the keybinds, they are all in the, or let's go first with the monitors. If you want to customize your monitor, this is the file here under the .config, hyperconfigs and monitor.conf. Change this as you see fit. Now I haven't changed actually the EDP. Now OBS might crash. Anyway, and then keybinds. Let's just go through with the keybinds. Make it bigger. Move this to workspace 1. If let's say you don't want to use the tuner, then please change this on this keybinds.conf file. Change it here. Browser actually for Debian in Ubuntu. I think Debian is Firefox ESR. Terminal term the foot. Now I'm using foot. If you want to use the kitty, you please change this to kitty, but it will not change all. There are some items I think in the scripts that I was using some what do you call this, modules for to use a foot instead. And then the script variables. So Control Alt deletes the exit. Super Shift C is the reload. Does it work? No, it's actually automatic reload. Wofi, kill, and then if you want to float, Super Shift space for float. Again, full screen if you want to make it big screen. And I already mentioned about the Super Q. Super Shift Q is the same exact term here. And then Super T is the files, the file manager. Control Alt L is the lock screen. And then Control Alt P is the power. See here. I used to put all the UW logout here, but I figured it's better to use the Wofi. Then the Wofi bits. This is the one I think not that much people knows about it. Super Shift S. Then we'll have here the Wofi bits, and I will go through later on the scripts that you need to edit so you can get the own online radios that you wanted. Where are we now? Here. Super Alt E, that's the emoji. Super Alt E. Then you have here the to use that one, let's say laugh, just choose it, press enter, and then Control V, and there you go. It now added in the, you can use it anywhere. Just need to I think double click should also work. Let's say here double click, yeah, and then main mode W to extract the wallpaper, to change the wallpaper, super W, see him, it will change the wallpaper by sww. And then change layout menu, I already did it earlier, main mode Alt W, simply can change the layout. And then main mode H, that will be the help file, it will show in here. Let me just increase, I already showed this earlier. And then the quick edit, this is the super E. And then let's say you want to quickly edit the keybinds. For some reason it's not showing all in here. Sometimes it does that. See, now it go back. But this is opening through Vim. This is the file that we are looking at it now. Can I increase? Yes, better this one. And then we already mentioned the quick edit, super E. And let's say the keybinds, of course, because I have now this open. So let's delete that part, this keybinds. Because you need to close that first. So super, which is the one I'm changing now? Better to use the text editor. That's the keybinds. Let's try to change to mousepad. Let's solarize dark and then change to pearl. Yeah, looks a lot better. However, we can adjust. Let's just increase the font size. Yeah, move to 1. And where we at now? Quick edit, game mode. This will change actually the, or remove all the animation. Super Shift G. There you go. Change again all. Then go back again to the normal. Main mode Control D, remove master. This is all more on the change layout. So now this is on master mode. Why there's no wallpaper? Now this is on master mode. Change layout. So main mode space. Now it changed to dwindle. So see. So this is the highlighted one. So that's the main dwindle mode. And then this is the master mode. Clipboard Manager. This is the Super Shift V. So let's say, let's copy this. Copy. Again, let's say copy this. And then main mode, Super Alt V should be there. Double click it. And then let's say, let's paste it here. And then again, Super Alt V. If let's say this is the special key, double click again, Control V. Now it's there. That's the purpose of the Clipboard Manager. And then main mode G, toggle group, and so on and so forth. There's a lot in here. I think the video is too long now. So let's go back to the scripts. You can just go to the whole script. Dark light, this is for changing to the swww. If you don't like the swww, then use this sway light, swaybg. So let's rename this and then just change this to dark light. So now there's no animation of the changing of the wallpaper, so it's just change the wallpaper immediately for changing to dark and light. Of course the should also be still appear, yeah, still changing. Dance is of course the notification. Game mode we already used. Lead switch. Lead switch, this is when you close the laptop. Lock screen, this is the lock screen. Media control, if you have a keyboard where you can pause, play, forward, all these kinds of things, you can use that one. Portal Hyprland, this is for the XDG desktop portal Hyprland, in which it will start. I found out that we need this file for Ubuntu for the OBS screen sharing. Quick edit, this is the Super E. Rainbow borders, did I mention about this rainbow borders? This is actually for the, if you notice here now, I don't have a colorful border. Let me just quickly change the settings to make it appear like a big border. Here, border size, let's change to 10, so we can have the, what is that now, scripts. Oh, my font is really ramping up. Rainbow borders. So rainbow borders, now you got this rainbow colorful. You can see the difference. Actually this is new. Somebody on a Gentoo forum just gave me this, by the way. If you're watching, thank you very much for sharing this. This is nice. And screenshots, this is of course, if let's take a screenshot, super, what's my key binding here, super here, and it shows here the screen shape, and I think super control shift print screen, it's taking the screenshot in few seconds. And it's saving to the here screenshots. And of course, if you want to screenshot only the some parts, super shift print screen, then it saved the screenshot. Then another screenshot actually is super shift S. Then it will, you can edit the screenshot first, let's say. Right now, for some reason, the text is not working. Don't know why. I think this is just a bug. I'm gonna report that later on. Anyway, quickly edit it. And if you just here, save, then you should be able to save it in the swww, which is Junior here. Okay, so that's the screenshot. Start up, this of course for starting up. Sunset, this is for changing the gamma. Touchpad, volume, wallpaper, waybar, styles. Oh, one thing that I forgot to mention now. Here, let's say, let's go to here. Let's say you don't want these styles. You can press Super Shift W. Then it will change the colors or the style of the Waybar. The only downside is, of course, if you click this, it will go back to the default color for the dark and light. But after you change, after you reboot, it will stay there. So let's say I wanted the plasma style, same, it will keep in there, dual panel. And then you can change here the Waybar styles, at least the one that I preset. Okay, that's the Waybar style. Weather I mentioned earlier, Wofi, this is Wofi bits, I think I mentioned it already. Wofi big, if you want a bigger, let's say this Wofi default is too small and you have a lot, you can press Super Shift D, Delta, then you have this big Wofi menu. Wofi emoji, this is already Super Alt E or Echo. And Wofi power, this is actually when you press the power button, then you will get these choices of the. Oh, my fan is getting really loud. I don't know why. And I think that's about it. I believe it's settings too much to go through, and I believe I mentioned already most of it. Oh, the environment variables here. This is very important. Why is not changing? That's weird. Let's change to, yeah, let's just change like that. I don't like this too much underline, so let's try to open it with, yeah, better. And then, yeah. So by the way, by default, the only available or enabled variables are these ones. This by default, once you install, you will have something like this. If it's detecting the NVIDIA, or if you choose to install NVIDIA, these will be uncommented automatically. For those who are not using non-NVIDIA, this will be the default environment variables. For NVIDIA users, I added in here all the environmentals that I have used, and also here, which the one I found out on the internet, I'm adding it here. So please, one by one, go through, because some of the variables here may not be applicable to you or applicable to me, because that's the downside of the having NVIDIA. Oh, I just noticed this now, that this is actually same here on top, so I can just remove this. Yeah, I can just remove this and add it there. Okay, that's one thing. XX, this is the executable. I don't like this. Mousepad is better. Only the downside is changing the, this is where the, and this xx.conf, this file, if you don't want to use the swww, then please, by default, if you were requested to for Hyprland, for Ubuntu and Debian, swww will be requested to add. For Fedora and Arch, it will be installed automatically. If you don't like the swww, you can just simply comment this one then it will use the by default the swaybg only. And Keybinds monitor settings. This is mostly the settings of the Hyprland. Where's now? Here. Which I think I will add it here, some text, so it will be at least, you know, keyboard if you want to change the keyboard layout. And what else? Windows rules. This is again part of the Hyprland settings, and this is if you want to like a float, and so on and so forth. A mission center, I add this before, but it compiling too much, too long. Okay, I believe that's all about it. If you have more questions, please let me know in the comment. And I urge you actually to join my Discord server, because it's a lot easier, it's faster communication. There are some guys also in there who are using my Hyprland. They could help you, they could assist you with it, and they will give you some tips as well. And not only for the Hyprland, we are also discussing some other things in there. We're discussing about the Windows as well. It's a tech world, so I urge you to join my Discord. Anyway, it's a little bit too long, and I do apologize for that. I will not edit much the video because there are a lot of important things that I have mentioned, and I hope this will help. My viewers out there, and for also who are using my Dotfiles. Anyway, thank you for listening, and I do apologize again for the long video. I hope you have a good day. I'll be posting up soon my Ubuntu, Debian, Hyprland install script, so keep an eye on that. For those of you who haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That will actually motivate me, and I'll see you again in the next video. Have a good day to all. Bye now.